At about 9 in the morning, the vineyard worker went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. He told them, "You also go and work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right." So they went. He went out again about noon, and about 3 in the afternoon he did the same thing.
Oh, did I just ruin the video?
No, keep going. When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last ones hired and going on to the first." The workers who were hired about 5 in the afternoon came and received denarius. So when those who came who were first hired, they expected to receive more. But each one of them was also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner. These who were hired last worked only 1 hour, they said, and you have made them equal to us, who have borne the burden of the work in the heat of the day. But he answered one of them, "I am not unfair to you, friend. Didn't you agree to work for the denarius? Take your pay and go. I want to give the one who was hired last the same as I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with my own money? Or are you envious because I am generous?" So, a manager at Sephora is walking around and hiring people to go work at her store.
Let's go.
Hiree number 1 goes to Sephora.
Come work at Sephora.
And now the new hires will be working today selling products to the customers who walk in.
Now what?
Okay, at the end of the day, it is time to accept their wages. The hirees walk up to the manager and ask for their paychecks.
Can I have a paycheck? Yeah. Thank you.
They look at their paychecks and they realize something odd.
Like $200 less than normal.
This is an issue because worker 1 was working for at least 2 hours more than worker 2. And even though they did the same amount of work and got paid the same, hiree 1 is still mad because she sold more products and they still got paid the same. Action. The rich man who was dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day, at his gate was laid a beggar named Lazarus, covered in sores and longing to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came licking at his sores. The time came when the beggar died, and angels carried him to Abraham's side. The rich man also died and was buried. In Hades, where he was in the tournament, he looked up and saw Abraham far away with Lazarus by his side. So he called to him, "Father Abraham, have pity on me and send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, because I am in agony in this fire." But Abraham replied, "Son, remember that in your lifetime you received your good things, while Lazarus received bad things. But now he is comforted here, and you are in agony. And besides all of this, between us and a great chasm has been set in place, so that those who want to go from here to you cannot, nor anyone cross over from there to us." He answered, "Then I beg you, Father, send Lazarus to my family, for I have 5 brothers. Let him warn them, so they will not also continue to this place of torment." Abraham replied, "They have Moses and the prophets, let them listen to them." "No, Father Abraham," he said, "but if someone from the dead goes to them, they will repent." He said to them, "If they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they will be convinced, even if someone rises from the dead." Here we have a popular girl with all of her gear, walking around, flaunting it off. And here we have another girl who just has the high tops. it comes to those who need it. Suddenly, she loses her hydro flask and everything she has. And because karma is a real thing, so does the popular girl. And she realizes that life is very lonely without friends and people you can trust. And she realizes that she doesn't want her younger siblings to have that same fate. So she prays to God and says, God, please do not let these things happen to my siblings. Send them the girl who doesn't have anything. Because she doesn't cherish material things. She cherishes friendship, trust. And now we have a friendship forming.